Hello, Blythe, Evie, Joe, Jack, Callum, and Cadence. It's story time again. Today's story is Could Be Worse by James Stevenson. It was once a Reading Rainbow book. You'll have to ask your moms about that, what that means. Opening page, James Stevenson, Could Be Worse. It's got Grandpa and his dog on that page. Could be worse. At Grandpa's house, things were always the same. Grandpa always had the same thing for breakfast. Every day he read the paper. It looks like Grandpa has toast with marmalade every morning for breakfast. And he always said the same thing. Could be worse. There he is standing with the paper and his coffee, and he's saying, could be worse. Grandpa, that awful dog ate this sofa cushion. Could be worse. No matter what. Could be worse. I got a splinter in my finger, Grandpa. Could be worse. My bike has a flat and my sneakers have a hole and I lost my kite in a tree, Grandpa. Could be worse. One day, Mary Ann said, how come Grandpa never says anything interesting? I guess it's because nothing interesting happens to him, said Louie. Now you see Grandpa's sitting at the window and he hears them say that. So, the next morning at breakfast, Grandpa said something different. He said, guess what? And look at the exclamation points on top of Mary Ann and Louie's heads. They're surprised. Then Grandpa goes on to tell them, last night when I was asleep, a large bird pulled me out of bed and took me for a long ride. Oh my goodness, look at him hanging from that big bird's talons. Ooh, he's going way over the city. And dropped me in the mountains. Oh my goodness, he's in his pajamas and he's been dropped into a big bunch of snow. I heard a noise. It was an abominable snowman with a huge snowball. Ooh, look at that abominable snowman with the green teeth. The noise Grandpa hears is rumble, rumble, which he threw at me. So, man, that's a big old snowball hitting Grandpa. I got stuck inside the snowball, which rolled down the mountain. Oh my goodness, look at his feet sticking up from that snowball. It finally landed on the desert and began to melt. Oh my goodness. It rolled all the way down a mountain covered in snow and landed in the desert. I walked across the desert. Suddenly, I heard footsteps coming nearer and nearer. Look, there he is in the desert with the sun beating down on him. He's in his pajamas. He's barefoot. What is he hearing? A moment later, I got squished by a giant something or other. Ooh, what is that something or other? That is very interesting looking. Before I could get up, I heard a strange noise. A great blob of marmalade was coming toward me. Scroosh, scroosh. Oh my goodness, look at that big blob of marmalade. It chased me across the desert until I crashed into something tall. It was sort of like an ostrich and very cross. Oh, look at how angry that gigantic ostrich is. It gave me a big kick. I went up into some storm clouds. Whoo, he's flying up into the clouds. Almost got hit by lightning. Kablam! Fell out of the clouds and landed in an ocean. I sank down about a mile to the bottom. Oh my goodness, a mile. I saw an enormous goldfish coming at me. Look at that gigantic goldfish. Have you noticed how everything in Grandpa's dream is gigantic? I swam away as fast as I could and hid under a cup that had air in it. When it was safe, I crawled out. I started to walk, but my foot got stuck in the grip of a gigantic lobster. Oh my goodness, he's walking across the ocean floor and he gets his foot stuck in the grip of a gigantic lobster? I didn't know what to do. Just then, a big squid came along and squirted black ink all over the lobster. Ooh, look at the black ink going all over the lobster. I escaped, so Grandpa swims away. I hitched a ride on a sea turtle that was going to the top for a bit of sunshine. I was fortunate to find a piece of toast floating by and rowed to shore, where I discovered a newspaper. I quickly folded it into an airplane and flew across the sea and back home to bed. My goodness. So you noticed he's got his newspaper that he reads every morning. He was attacked by a giant blob of marmalade, which he puts on his toast every morning. He floats away on a piece of toast. He hid in the bottom of the ocean under a gigantic cup, like his coffee cup. So he ends the story by saying, "Now, what do you think of that?" And there's Louie and Marianne looking at him. What do you think they're going to say? Could be worse. The end. I hope you like that story. Tomorrow, we're going to be reading Millie, Jack, and the Dancing Cat by Stephen Michael King. I think you'll really like it. Hope everything's going well for each of you. I miss you all. I love you. And I'll be reading again tomorrow to you. Bye-bye.